Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. A belter of a chance to nick Miles Lewis Skelly, and Victor Osimhen opens up about a Man United switch. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. A grand chance for Man United to snag Miles Lewis Skelly. Miles Lewis Skelly's name on the Arsenal transfer list as the summer window draws to a close. The Gunners' hierarchy made this call to balance the club's books after splashing out a hefty bob on a whole raft of star signings. As a proper Hale-End Academy product, selling off this gifted youngster is seen as an easy way to notch up a clean profit and stay on the right side of Premier League financial rules. Arsenal have reportedly offered the 19-year-old to Manchester United. The Gunners have slapped a price tag of around £45 million on him to spark a sale and balance their accounts. Arsenal's first-team squad is packed with big-name stars in midfield and at left-back, the areas where he usually plays, raising real concerns about whether he will get regular game time to help his development. Word of the planned sale immediately sparked rumors of a move to several big rival clubs who are ready to snap him up. Among them, Manchester United are said to be right at the front of the queue, keen to secure the signature of the versatile 19-year-old. Man United see massive potential in the lad, rating his composure and top-notch tactical smarts when deployed across the backline or in midfield. Even so, Miles Lewis Skelly has made it crystal clear that he is committed to staying put and fighting for his spot at Arsenal. He has turned down the idea of moving on, determined to prove his worth, so the manager gives him a crack in the first team. He is choosing to focus on pulling his socks up in daily training rather than worrying about fresh contract offers from other clubs looking to cash in on the tricky situation at the Emirates Stadium. Victor Osimhen opens up about his potential move to Man United. Benjamin Sesko suffered a shin injury that forced him to miss the end of last season and out of a fair chunk of pre-season. Because of this, Manchester United cannot rely solely on a single main centre-forward throughout a congested campaign. Facing both domestic and European competitions, the Red Devils desperately need a striker who is match-ready from day one without recklessly rushing Sesko's recovery. Missing Sesko is certainly a massive blow to Manchester United's attacking setup, given his vital role in holding up the ball and unlocking opposition defences. Whilst the young Slovenian forward continues to show promising signs in his rehabilitation, the Red Devils' medical staff are loath to take any risks by bringing him back ahead of schedule. This tricky situation leaves the coaching team with their backs against the wall, needing to land a high-profile striker right away who can step straight into the front line without letting the team's attacking quality drop. Therefore, Manchester United are currently reported to be actively exploring the possibility of signing Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen to bolster their front line. Despite dealing with strict wage structure limits and a tight budget under the Ineos management, the Red Devils' pressing need for a world-class centre-forward keeps Osimhen right at the top of their target list. Man United are keeping a close eye on the player's situation, as he is currently still under contract with Turkish giants Galatasaray. The biggest hurdle standing in Manchester United's way to wrap up this transfer is Osimhen's hefty market value. The Galatasaray hierarchy have made it clear that they will not let their star forward go on the cheap, reportedly slapping a price tag of up to £111 million on him. The Galatasaray president has even publicly stated his reluctance to greenlight any deal that doesn't work in the club's favour, making negotiations a right hard slog for the Old Trafford outfit. Manchester United's pursuit is made even trickier by fierce competition from fellow Premier League clubs, particularly Arsenal. The Gunners have reportedly opened talks and are weighing up offer options, including potential player swaps, to win the race for the striker's signature. This heated rivalry forces the Red Devils board to move sharply if they don't want to get pipped at the post by their domestic rivals for the 27-year-old forward. To work around such a steep transfer fee, internal figures at Manchester United are reportedly putting their heads together to hatch creative payment structures, including performance-based add-ons and a loan deal with an obligation to buy at the end of the season. The INEOS management are well aware that splashing out a massive lump sum of upfront cash could trigger breaches of financial fair play rules. Thus, a clever negotiation strategy is key for the Red Devils to land a world-class goalscorer without throwing the club's long-term financial stability down the drain. Backing for bringing Osimhen to Old Trafford has also come from Manchester United legend Patrice Evra. Evra reckons Osimhen is the absolute ideal forward missing from the team's tactical lineup up front. With Osimhen's impressive record of scoring 59 goals in 74 appearances for Galatasaray, bringing in a clinical and experienced striker of his caliber is seen as an instant fix for Manchester United's sharpness in front of goal. On the flip side, Victor Osimhen has given a somewhat ambiguous response regarding his future in Turkey. After putting in a brilliant shift by bagging a brace when Galatasaray were held to a draw in the Super League, the Nigerian striker insisted that his main focus right now is simply giving his absolute best on the pitch. Even so, he hasn't completely closed the door on testing himself in the intense environment of top-tier football like the English Premier League. Osimhen welcomed the rumours linking him with Manchester United, noting that being linked to a club of Man United's stature, steeped in rich history, is a real honour for any player and proof that his hard work is being recognised at the highest level. He acknowledges that the transfer window is always full of surprises, but he refuses to get distracted by the noise and gossip flying around. Out of respect for his ongoing contract, Osimhen prefers to leave all transfer talks completely in the hands of his agent and the club's management. Speculation around the move has heated up further after several European transfer experts claimed that Osimhen's agent is already set to meet with Manchester United representatives to iron out personal terms. Although Galatasaray are still pulling out all the stops to keep their star man by tabling a new contract, the pull of playing at Old Trafford and the chance to be the main man in the Premier League are expected to be key factors that the Nigerian striker will find hard to turn down. Even so, the mill's churning out fresh transfer rumours by the minute as a proper queue of European heavyweights starts lining up for his signature. The Galatasaray board are reportedly bending over backwards to pull a financial rabbit out of the hat and secure him on a permanent deal. Though they are under no illusions, it's a proper uphill struggle trying to match the deep pockets and sheer pull of the Premier League. It leaves Osimhen's future hanging completely in the balance, where every time he puts in a blinding performance on the pitch, he's only throwing more fuel onto the speculative fire about where he'll end up kicking a ball next term. Harry Amass transfer developments. The ongoing transfer developments surrounding Manchester United's young left-back, Harry Amass, have entered a rather intense new phase. The Manchester United hierarchy are reportedly ready to open the exit door and accelerate his sale before the summer transfer window officially shuts. This deal could potentially go through for a transfer fee of around £7 million, supplemented by various add-on clauses. The decision to let the 19-year-old go has been taken to offer him career certainty and the ideal space to develop to his full potential. Norwich City have re-emerged as the primary suitors, determined to secure the signature of the English left-back. The Canaries intend to seal his departure on a permanent basis in the current window. Norwich's interest is by no means new, as Amass spent a loan spell at Carrow Road during the second half of last season. The Norwich board were thoroughly impressed by the player's technical promise and are keen to frame him as a mainstay in their defensive line. Amass's loan stint with Norwich City in the latter half of the previous campaign did not run entirely smoothly or according to expectations. Having only just made his debut off the bench, he suffered an immediate injury setback that sidelined him for a considerable period. That medical setback curtailed his first-team appearances and halted his positive momentum. Even so, the Norwich coaching staff retain complete faith in Amass's individual quality and have consistently monitored his road to recovery. Before pulling on the shirt for Norwich, Amass had actually turned in an impressive series of performances whilst on loan at Sheffield Wednesday during the early months of the season. At Hillsborough, he successfully nailed down a starting berth and featured regularly, chalking up 21 domestic appearances in total. His consistent displays were rewarded with back-to-back Player of the Month accolades in November and December. That period showcased his ability to adapt and handle the rigors and tempo of professional football. A permanent transfer is viewed by internal management at Manchester United as the most pragmatic way forward for both parties. Although another loan arrangement was briefly tabled during initial discussions, an outright sale is considered far more beneficial. Should a swift permanent agreement prove difficult to strike, Manchester United will only entertain a loan deal that includes an obligation to buy. This policy has been adopted to guarantee financial clarity for the club alongside regular playing time for the lad himself. At just 19 years of age, Amass urgently requires regular game time and minutes on the pitch to keep progressing. Languishing for too long in the reserves without guaranteed match action is seen as a threat to his burgeoning talent. Playing first-team football week in, week out is an absolute priority to hone his tactical maturity and physical readiness. Moving to a club that offers a guaranteed starting spot is therefore the most sensible choice for his future. The defensive depth at Manchester United is currently looking rather thin on genuine options. The choice to part ways with Amass permanently raised a few eyebrows given the lack of specialized cover in that position. This has sparked talk that the board might be lining up another move to bring in a new left-back. Letting the young defender go signals an ongoing, gradual reshaping of the squad's structure. Since making the step up to the Manchester United first team, Amass has registered just 7 appearances across all competitions. 5 of those outings came in the fiercely contested environment of the Premier League. That brief taste of top-flight action provided him with a genuine standard of elite football. That invaluable experience now serves as a crucial foundation as he turns the page into the next chapter of his professional career. Reports of a £7 million price tag are considered reasonably fair for a young English prospect. That figure reflects Osimhen's immense potential as well as compensation for his academy development over the years. A payment structure featuring add-on clauses also protects Manchester United's financial interests down the line. Financial negotiations are now in their final stages to iron out the finer details regarding economic rights and sell-on terms. Negotiations between the clubs and the players' representatives are expected to conclude in the coming weeks before the deadline hits. Bringing clarity to Osimhen's future will mark an important transfer move in Manchester United's youth strategy. The player himself is said to be welcoming the chance to turn over a new leaf with a club that places genuine trust in him. This move is hoped to be the catalyst for his career to flourish into becoming a well-established left-back. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.